about the officer who shot your
Oh,
nephew?
thing I like to say, my daughter, I'll say this, my daughter works with JFK Hospital. She works in the cafeteria, and she knows this. She told me the other day she knows this officer very well that killed my nephew. She said they come there and eat, 4 or 5 of them come there and have lunch and this and that. And that's kind of like wow, that's pretty. He knows my daughter, so.
You think he should be held accountable for his actions? I'm
gonna say this first. Let me tell you what I told her. I said, you make sure you tell when those officers come in there, tell them that he killed your cousin. So make sure you let them know.
Why? Why is that important for you, for them to know?
He need to know he killed a good kid. You know, come from a good family. He need to know. I done cried so much I can't hardly cry anymore. I'm just, I drive crying. You get to the point where it's just like, it's dry tears. It's devastating feelings. It's just hard to imagine. You just can't conquer the pain.
What would you say to the police department or anyone who is trying to blame your nephew for what happened? That obviously can't feel good.
They don't know him. They don't know him as a person. I feel more hurt for my parents. Because we've been having a lot of trouble in the family because of my daughter. My sister didn't raise him that way. There has to be, if he was violent, that had to come from being taught that. Violence, but mostly taught from kids. Hatred, prejudice, all that is taught from a kid. To know, man, maybe if I were with him, maybe it would have been different. Uncles and this and that. It's real hard on Dad. Being the pastor of the church and being the pastor of the church, looking over, it's, seeing colors not here in the world. Yeah. He wasn't, when he was a kid, he didn't have a choice. So, yeah, he was always here. If he wasn't here, if nobody was here, my sister and her kids would be here, you know, so they were always here, faithfully. When I started playing, started hitting the rhyming probably about 3 or 4 years old. You know, 'cause my sister always tell me to quit banging on the tables, tops, and whatever. Yeah, started pretty young. Then he took it from there.
So